It's the one and only 5D Transformations, and I'm back. And in this video, I wanted to talk about something really quickly, and it really boils down to your vibration and your energy level. A lot of people, you know, especially when it comes to dealing with other people, there's kind of three ways that you can kind of have the vibe, which is you can be at the bottom tier looking up to a person, which kind of puts you in a position where you're not in your power, and where you're feeling as though you're not worthy. This doesn't just apply to people, this applies to life, situations that you want to attract, right? If you look at these situations like they're above you and as if you're of lower value, you won't be able to magnetize or align with it, right? And you find yourself in a position where you're not in your power and where you can be looked over. Now, the other way is if you go head to head with this thing and you're trying to get it. And that's where you have this chase and this push and pull effect. With people, this plays out as even sometimes it could be arguments, trying to prove your point, debating their point, you know what I mean? Or trying to, get this person to see things your way or to be in your life. That's what a lot of where chasing takes place at this lower level or at the same level. And what you want to do is rise above. I mean, I think that's the aspect of when we think of high vibration, high frequency, high value. It's of being above and looking down at the lower vibrational things and not being at the same place as it. Because at the end of the day, when you're arguing back and forth, it keeps you all at the same level. And it's just like when two rams are hitting one another. The problem with that is they both get hurt. They both take a hit and nobody really wins. Yeah, one bull might kill the other bull, or one ram might kill the other ram, but this ram is going to have injuries. You see that with boxing, any kind of back and forth battle. So the whole idea of high vibration is about rising above so that you're not being slowed down by these lower vibrational things, which can be people, they can be thoughts, they can be situations, they could be stuff on the news. All those things pull your vibration down, and then you become at the same level of that thing, right? Next thing you know, everyone's complaining about some political problem. Now you're thinking about the political problem. Now all of you exist right here on this political problem, that you probably don't even have that much control of, right? There's things that you have way more control of that if you're able to rise above and stay focused on that, you're going to miss all this other stuff. And that's the reality. There's people who live in a life of chaos and negativity, and that's all they think exists. But the reality is there's people who live on the same planet who sometimes come from the same communities that have a completely different experience of life, because all those lower vibrational things, they're not really putting their attention on it. Because at the end of the day, you can think, it's polarity. There's a positive and negative aspect to everything, literally everything. It could be water. I could talk about how amazing water keeps us alive. I could also talk about plastic water bottles and how they're bad for you. Whichever direction I go in is going to also have feelings associated with it. And generally, the negative thoughts come with fear, disappointment, regret. And then the positive ones come with alignment, feeling good, feeling gratitude, feeling abundance. So you begin to see it's not really the thing that is innately good or bad. It's which direction you decide to go in with what you're going to think about it. And so that's why when we have those situations, especially when you're going head to head and there's situations that are bothering you, to just pull back and remember, I'm bigger than this. You know what I mean? If it's money, I'm gonna vibrate way more money, because and I'm gonna vibrate it up here. If it's, opportunity that you want, and you're having a hard time getting it, don't worry. I'm not gonna go back and forth and pull. I'm gonna just be up here. And what you're gonna see is when you rise above, it can't even vibrate with you. The people are gonna have to act different. They're gonna have to deal with you different because of the vibration you're bringing. You could take a situation that was negative, and if you bring the right positive vibration, you can really build the vibration up to where now it's, you have risen above it and the people have risen above it. So it all begins with you. You know what I mean? And that's really the key, is rising above. So look, I'm going to say this is the final thing. Remember, this is the formula. Positive energy plus high vibration equals an increase in frequency. And that means you're going to begin to frequently see more of what you want to manifest, because your vibration is high and you got positive energy. Make that the focus toward the things that you want. Everything else, it's not going to be able to vibrate with you. All right. That's my message to one and only 5D Transformations. Make sure to check out the Patreon. We got some amazing videos on there. We got the MBTI course on there, very powerful, called MBTI Magic. We also have the dating and relationship course, and we have the narcissism course called Untethered, How to Break Free from Narcissistic Entanglements. Very important video for people out there dealing with narcissists, because you know how that goes. It gets really messy. So shout out to all the people who have gotten that, and I've gotten really good reviews on that as well. So thank you all for listening. I'll see you on the next video.